You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris, my co-ed channel specifically for men and women of the black community. Nevertheless, I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm very grateful for a lot of you still being very supportive and loyal to my channel. And nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and get right in today's content. Big ups to everybody once again. So today's content is based on an entitled 32-year-old grown black male who refuses to leave his mother's house. So basically what's going to take place in today's content, y'all, is a mother reaches her breaking point in which she realizes she does not have the strength to be able to get her overgrown son, who obviously is very adamant about leaving her household. And of course, as tensions begin to flare, the mother realizes that trying to handle the situation within her own hands is going to only make matters escalate. So she made the decision, righteously so, to call the police. So you're going to have two police by the name of Officer David Raymond and Officer Johnson that were dispatched to the home where the incident took place, responding to a distressing call about the trespasser who is the individual's son. So in between, I'm going to be intervening to minimize the copyright. Also, I did retrieve this information from a channel by the name of Arrest Flicks. I will also leave the link down below. If I forget, just somebody comment. Mocha leave the link or whatever, so I will leave the link below. That way you're welcome to go over there and check it out. Information is fair use, and I'm just using it to gain my own, to share my own perspective, to give my own educational insight as to what I think is going on. You know, being that I have prior experience as a correctional officer, I've seen thousands of men, inmates, offenders behave in this manner. So we're going to go ahead and get the content rolling, and I'm going to be stopping the content here and there, interjecting to minimize the copyright. So let's look into this video and see why this grown man refuses to leave out of his mother's house, and how it leads to these type of situations, because you have a lot of enabling mothers that are creating black male incels. So let's go ahead and get it started. And again, I'm going to be interjecting in between. The cops are going to be approaching the scene in the very beginning, getting their initial information.
Just call me Gus. Mr. Gusto. Get Michael out of here. Look at how he done taken, destroyed my children's room in there. I just cleaned that room up this morning at 3 o'clock. When I came in from, we all worship service. I came in, me and her, we cleaned that room completely up. We was up about 3, 4 o'clock this morning. Look at this. Look at this. Kick this stuff on that stuff. And she'll leave me out there in the cold. He's 31. It's not my responsibility.
Just calm down a little bit.
But I say so.
Female clothes I bought. Just see if he's willing to talk to us outside.
I don't want to talk outside. See, he got a nasty attitude, Mrs. I'm sorry to get your ass. She hit him. I don't hit him. Him knowing he's a grown man. He ain't no time ain't gonna get away. But ain't no champ going. Look. Get him out my house.
Okay, we're going to pause right there. So hopefully you're able to hear the audio very clearly. But basically, the officers have arrived on the scenes. They can tell they obviously have stepped into a very high tense situation. The son is refusing to leave. The mother is telling the officers that he's not supposed to be here. He does not live here. I need him to go. You know, basically she wants him gone from off her premises, and he's basically bucking. He does not want to go. He's telling the officers he does not have to go. And this is one of the situations in which officers have to be very, very careful that they handle the situation diligently. Anytime officers respond to a domestic call, whether it's physical or verbal, they have to really tread lightly, because a lot of officers, in most cases, they get hurt, and even more so lose their lives if they approach it incorrectly. But you can tell this is a baby boy Jody situation. This grown 32-year-old man does not want to leave. Any real man that has any integrity or pride or self-sufficiency, he's not going to allow himself to be told he has to leave or he has to get out. Any man who has any real integrity, he will gracefully leave, get his own home, get his own place to stay. But when you're dealing with an incel, when you're basically dealing with a low caliber male, these are the ones that are very adamant. You know, they refuse. He knows if his mother puts him out, that means he's on his own. He has no place to stay. That means he's going to have to man up. And that's the reason why he's being so hell-bent with his mom, because he knows that once she puts him out, that means he has no place to stay. You know, he obviously does not have the resources or refuses to do what it takes to obtain those resources, where he does not have to be so codependent on his mother. But let's continue.
Well, we can't bar him because he's been living with y'all.
No, he don't. That's what everybody keeps saying. He lives here. He don't stay. Nigga, just see him out there on the street. He don't stay here. He just used this address to keep running out of jail. And I wish they would quit letting him just put an address on his face.
Let's see if he's willing to go with EMS.
Keep using my address and keep
I know last time I was out here, they were supposed to give him some medication.
I had a paper I did, but I ain't got some kind of guy. Yeah, because you're using my address to keep letting him use it.
Okay, so what's going on here is that evidently this is a troubled man. He's one of those type of men that will never have his SHIT together. He's always in some type of trouble. You know, she just mentioned that he was in jail, and I'm sure this is not the first time. I'm getting the vibe that he's one of those male incels that's constantly in and out of jail, got to be bonded out every other week. And most of the time, anytime you have a man that's not productive, he does not have a job, he has no real stability or purpose in his life. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, he's going to become a consistent offender when it comes to the system. Unfortunately, he's going to become institutionalized and continuously be in and out of jail because he cannot function within society as far as being a productive man, having a job, having a car, having responsibilities, paying bills. So therefore, he's constantly in and out of jail. So what he's been doing, and you know, based off of my personal experience dealing with offenders in the jail, a lot of these dudes, especially the low common denominator ones, the low value dudes, they will use a family member's address versus getting their own apartment, versus getting just staying in the halfway house, staying in the boardroom, staying in a hotel, you know, whatever you got to do to not become a burden to anybody else. But a lot of these individuals do that. Not only they do that because they don't want to get a place to stay. In their mind, they feel as long as they can use that address, it merits that they have the right to live there. And this is why it's very important, ladies, you know, if you decide to deal with a man and you know he does not have a job, he does not have a solid foundation, don't be so thirsty, don't be so desperate to where you will allow him to move in and get mail there especially if he's been getting mail at your residence or your address for a long period of time, and especially with you mothers who have these bum ass sons, allowing him to use your address even as a favor, so his probation officer will stop riding his balls or whatever. Keep in mind that unfortunately gives him the right to say that he lives there. A person that's receiving mail, a person who's been staying the night well over a month or so, he has the right to say, I live there. You know, you can contest it and debunk it and say he does not live here, but you have to be mindful of that. But continue.
He don't say to nothing. Dante, stay here. Do you see Dante when you go to bed at night?
Where did you get the
If you have to check with him,
Fair use, fair use.
he got out probation. His address was 292 Blackstone Creek, Florida, Groveland, Florida.
How do you end up down here?
That's how he got back down
Beeping is
here.
annoying.
Because he had to go to court. He had to go to he had got out there custody. He got to do it with my sister. His probation officer agreed that
Fair use. My apologies for the beeping, but that is the equipment of the officers that are doing the filming of this incident. Fair use.
a female that I was talking to me, and I walked in the yard.
me and her uncle did it. He went back to court. He was going to come back.
I wasn't
So he came down
I was
here.
kind to her, like,
Everything
the type of
was
person that I am.
And the time that he came, I was waiting for the time for him to go back.
Like, as far as, like, trying to
Go
get her
medicine.
But when it
See
comes,
the
when
doctor.
I walked out the yard, she was still
Gotcha.
I walked back
You
in
go
the
see
yard.
the doctor.
She probably said she walked in the hospital, something was going to work. But I knocked on the door, you
And
like,
like psychiatrist, I was like, I really don't know what they call it.
everything on her.
He was like 2-3 days
Her
late.
car, check my pipes,
But he never did.
they said I tried to enter the car.
Okay.
So he was down here and he wouldn't go back. And the probation officer was like, she knew the same thing.
But then outside,
So he's been down here on the same thing.
Which one?
I haven't been back. And my sister been trying to get him to come back. Trying to get him to come back. His children been trying to get him to come back, but he gets to talking.
They say bipolar, everybody bipolar.
He got to get suited up, suitable. I don't know, he got to get something before he go back.
Now, interesting fact. She just said his children has been trying to get him to come back. His sister, other family members have been trying to interact with him. Now, the part that stood out to me, well, I guess been trying to assist him, all right? The part that stood out to me was that he has children. And this is a major red flag. See, these are the type of dudes that these females will pick up and will allow these men to impregnate them, knowing that they live with their mom or they got mommy issues. They got that man-child, that baby boy syndrome. Do not want to grow up and become a man. They are allergic to paying bills, allergic to responsibilities, and will avoid it by all means possible. And if it means, living with their mother, living with another individual, or whatever the case may be, so that they can pretty much avoid having to be responsible, avoid having to be a man and handle their business. They will do that. So basically he has children, and this is a concern to me, because this is the example of a father that his children have to look up to. 9 times out of 10 the mothers aren't getting any help. They're not getting any child support. I doubt it, if they are, living, the fact that he's living with his mother. I know his children aren't getting the financial, and most likely they're not getting emotional support from him either, because he is still seeking to be taken care of himself. So I'm sure he's not taking care of his children. Continue.
And he keeps cutting his washing machine on. I'm sorry, and I don't believe we don't cut washing machine on right there. He keep trying to cut this thing on. I'm trying to cut that off too. And he got to get out my house. Plain and simple. Because he don't stay here with me. And I keep telling y'all that. Only people stay here is me, him, Paul, and then it's another little girl, it's a 10-year-old that stay here. He don't live here. He might come here and spend the night sometime if I keep him up and then come here and get him out the cold. Other than that, he don't stay here with me.
Gotcha.
I think I need to put it at 10:30.
Yeah, I keep his clothes because he don't have nowhere for his clothes to go. And he cold live here. If you want to say they live here, he don't. Cause he ain't got nowhere to put his clothes.
She ain't over. So what they tell you.
So this is the typical manipulation of the male incel. He's basically trying to convince the officers that he lives there, because the whole bottom line is this man does not want to leave his mama. This man don't want to get his own apartment, pay his bills. That's the only reason he is being so adamant. He's so hell bent. Any other man would have been left by now. This man refuses to leave his mama house because he knows he's going to have to fend for himself. So what he called himself doing was setting the stage. Long as I leave my clothes here, that's proof that I live here, you know. And you can tell the mother is used to him running this game, so she keeps stressing over and over and over to the officers he does not live here. I was only keeping his clothes because he was staying out in the streets. Because the moment if she agrees and says, well, his clothes are always here, or his clothes been here for months, that's automatically going to rule out that he's a guest. They're automatically going to say, no, lady, you're going to have to take this up to court and get him evicted or get him removed. So you can tell the mother has gone through this several times before, and that's why she's being very careful with her wording. I noticed that when the officers try to, when the officers are questioning her, saying, well, how long his clothes been here? Oh, his clothes, I'm only keeping his clothes. She's really making it be known that, hey, I am no means I'm going to give y'all any indication that I gave this son, this no good trifling son of mine, any grounds to live here. Because once you say, hey, they clothes been here for months, they've been getting their mail here for months, anytime you say any of those keywords, all bets are off. The officers are going to leave. So the mom is making sure she's not giving the cops any indication that she gave her son grounds to be there.
Could you just show me kind of what he did?
I had that room completely clean. Completely clean. Kicking their toys. They destroyed their room. Kicking their stuff everywhere. It just really ain't. They were clean completely off. I was up to 3 o'clock in the morning. Then they kicked the bathroom. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Come turn it down to that. Get your stuff up.
I don't even do them until see that and just really just watch over the house.
What's that?
What's she pushing on me for? Come on, man. Leave her.
I
She
can't
fell
help it
pregnant
no
and I
more.
moved out the way and she fell in the tub.
I can't help it no more. You
Just
can't
trying to
help it.
find a couple of clothing items. You were missing what, a black shirt and a white shirt?
No, it's a pair of tights like that. I bought 3 pair of tights for a female, and one of
Ain't got
them,
to talk about
one
that.
of them black. The black pair got missing. I ain't say nothing about that. As long as with a white shirt and it's champs
Yeah, you got talked about
joggers like this. They
I
like
work
green
every day.
and yellow and green.
Every time he
green,
come
yellow.
here, he say something missing.
Some female.
Nobody goes in
Yeah,
his
and they got a
store.
D on the back part right here.
Okay, and a white shirt.
Yeah, I ain't say nothing about white shirt and the black pair of the pants though.
Okay.
But this time, them pants right there, come on.
That's the first time he's ever said something about a white shirt and a black pants.
Okay, so I want to pause right there. When she said, I don't want to help him no more, I'm not helping him anymore, that's already a red flag that she's been helping him a lot. Now, as you can see, he is trying to find every reason to stay there. He's coming up with things. He's stalling, talking about other clothes that are missing, bringing up stuff he thinks people take from him, and bringing up stuff he brought, things he paid for that he does not see there. And the mother just outed him. How you able to buy those things when you don't even have a job? So he's trying to stall and trying to drag the process of staying there, and he's trying to come up with things to have a reason to stay there. And I definitely got to commend the officers, because these guys are being really, really, really calm. And we know in these day and ages, this doesn't happen very often, especially when you're dealing with somebody that's so manipulative. And you have to realize, I used to deal with inmates. So the way he's carrying himself, that is exactly what these guys do. They will stall and drag anything to try to prolong the process so they don't have to take accountability. But that key word stood out when she said, I'm tired of helping him. That's the problem, Mom. You created this male incel, and that's why he feels so entitled to the fact that he's actually making you feel, trying to convince the police you are wrong for wanting to put him out. Continue.
Nobody goes in his stuff, and nobody wants to hear
My wife really got gone. To her sister, I ain't even say nothing about that.
To my sister.
I'm talking about the Harmony sister.
Officer, I promise you, they got boo-boo coolers of clothes. That's all I do is work.
You better ask them who will feed them every day. You wouldn't help feed them.
I work to take
Hey,
care
that's
of them.
enough of the back and forth with you guys.
No, I don't need you to go back and forth. I take care of my kids. I work 3 jobs.
I understand that, but we're trying to figure out the best course of action here.
For Michael to get off my property.
This ain't your property. I stay here to this grandma property.
He don't stay with
Grandma raised me.
Doesn't that, listen, isn't that a flashback? Isn't that what baby boy, isn't that what Jody told his mama? I ain't got to leave this grandma house. You was able to stay here, so why I can't stay here? Any excuse to avoid leaving. He's saying this the grandmama house. The grandmama raised him. Look how far he has to go and reach to have a reason to justify staying there. I ain't gotta leave this grandmama house. Grandmama raised me. This is the deflecting, being a professional manipulator that he is. He is really trying to persuade the officers that he has a right to stay there. And again, it boils down to this man don't want to move and leave his mama. Now, the other issue with this is that not only is this dude not trying to leave his mom's house, but at the same time, you can tell he is a terrorist to his household. I noticed the mama is the only one doing all the talking. Now, there's another man there. I don't know if that's the mama's boyfriend or if that's his grandfather. I'm not sure if that's an uncle or what. But for another man to be there and other people to be there, nobody's not saying anything. I notice it's the mama that's doing the majority of the talking. That means he has that whole house in a frenzy. Okay, whenever you go to a household and you see a family, all the family acts different when there's a certain individual present. That's because that is the household terrorist, okay? And you can tell just by the way this man is giving the cops a hard time. Nobody in the household can do absolutely anything with him. Not to mention there's children who live there. That's not a good thing because they don't need to be exposed to a man carrying himself in that manner, being aggressive, being disrespectful. Children get mixed signals, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, this lady, she'll have her grandchildren will start disrespecting her. Her great-grandchildren, they seeing they uncle or their father, whoever do it, whatever, you know. And that's another, that's the biggest issue at hand. Maybe if he wasn't such a terrorist, disrespectful, a hellraiser, the mama probably wouldn't have a hard time with him there, but being that he's a hellraiser, that definitely makes matters worse. Shoot. Anyway, we'll continue with the rest and see what else happens.
Are you willing to just kind of go somewhere for a little bit?
Nah, I'm going with her.
He's not going with me, period, officer.
Okay.
Period.
Then I get here, you start to let me in the gate like I'm a lame or something.
Nobody's.
Now I'm talking about her.
Okay.
Because he don't live here. He come in when I say
Where
come
my
in.
clothes?
Where are you guys?
I'm trying to go to
She don't
church,
live
sir.
here. Tell her to show you her name on something. My name on the
Talk
bill.
to y'all one at a time, okay?
Come on,
Mr.
man. Her
Sims?
name ain't on that.
Okay, you're
And my grandma name. Everything I got there in my grandma name. I dead lady.
okay,
How can a dead lady Barbie that raised me?
Mr. Sims.
Come on, man. Nah, it just pissed me off, bro.
I understand.
I sat outside.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You get there, right?
He, I guess, doesn't stay here. He just occasionally stays here. His mom lives here, and they want him to leave, and he's not willing to leave.
Has he been bored?
Not yet.
Did they want him bored?
Yeah.
If they don't want him bored, we can't do anything.
Yeah, they do want to bar him. He just wanted to.
So basically, he's going to refuse to leave, basically?
Yeah.
claiming to live here or anything?
Yeah.
Have you seen any proof as far as like what he's saying?
I haven't, but I think he showed something to Gus that had this address, but yeah.
It doesn't determine residency. So,
But everybody inside, including the kid, is saying that he doesn't reside here.
so, alright. So yeah, just go ahead and...
More myself. Hey, so these officers tell me you say you live here. What's your proof that you live here?
I just show him hey,
No. So like, it's not paperwork. So that doesn't matter. That doesn't determine residency. So that doesn't determine residency either.
for her too, that's what I'm saying.
So that doesn't.
So who has the right to say who leave?
So how
I
much
understand what you're saying.
stuff do you have here?
I have my clothes. She
Like
done
what do you mean?
About 3 times she done threw
Like-
4, 5 bags of clothes away, shoes and all
So
that
like
away.
what do you?
You know, by me naked.
So wait. You're circling my question. How much clothes?
A trash bag.
You have a trash bag here
Yeah.
currently of clothes, and that's it.
Yeah, shoes and my hygiene, my boss, my sock, all my stuff.
Do you have it like in a specific room or
Yes.
where?
In the room in there.
Okay. Can you show me?
Why you running on me like that?
No,
bro?
I'm just following you. I don't know where we're going.
You running on me though. You in the room like that?
I'm not. I don't know where we're going. You say in a kid's room? That looks like.
Yeah, but that's her husband. Why she don't sleep in there?
So this is all you got?
Yeah, bro. Oh,
Okay.
Man, she get this.
So this is not enough for you to say that you live
How the hell
somewhere.
that ain't enough? That's all I got.
That's like a suitcase.
She keep throwing it away though.
Okay. So
Come on, man. That's all I got.
okay. Well, this doesn't look like this would be a room for you. This doesn't look like it'd
It
be.
don't matter. This where I'm
No.
at, bro.
Okay, so basically, again, he's still trying to prove that that fuckboy syndrome. He's still trying to prove that he lives there. Again, I ain't showing the video because it does not belong to me, and people are very picky and very extra when you use their stuff. So I'm only going to be using the audio, but visually, what's going on is there's several rooms throughout the house, and all of the rooms you can tell are occupied. So he's randomly chose to use I don't know if it's a sister's room or niece room, but it's a kid's room with 2 bunk beds, right? With nothing but kids, mostly kids things in our room, and he's insinuating that he stays there. And like the kids and everybody did say, he does not live there. Okay, so by the fact everybody's saying that, they don't want him there either. I'm telling you, he's the household terrorist. And you have a lot of these older black mothers who have household terrorists, these overgrown sons, that they have absolutely no control over, who they absolutely cannot do anything with. No one in the house, can be at peace, right? So he basically picked the kids' room, and the cops are like, buddy, like, really? We know you don't stay here, right? This is not your room. He shows them this little tiny trash bag with 3-4 pieces of clothes in it, and he's basically saying, based off of that little bag of clothes, that it warrants he lives there. And the officers are not buying it. Again, all of this boils down to, and I'm gonna keep repeating it, the man don't want to leave his mama. He don't want to wean off the off the titty. He don't want to wean off the nipple, okay? He still wants to suck off his mama titty, all right? Live off of her. And again, she created this. And there's many black women who are miserable. Women in 50 and older. Some younger. Their sons have completely taken over their households. They can't get relationships of their own, or all the people who live there are in fear of his outburst, his aggressiveness and tantrums. So this is what the cops are pretty much dealing with, right? But anyway, let's go.
But you can't say you live here
How I can't?
because you don't have enough stuff to prove it.
Man, I don't give a damn. Like to do what? This all I got, bro.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, that's not enough. So she's gonna want to borrow you from the property.
Man, she can't borrow me for nothing, home.
Okay, and that's fine.
She just trying to lock me up, dog.
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm just.
That's all I got. She threw all my stuff away, bro.
Okay.
Come on, man.
When did she throw it away?
Multiple times.
Okay, and then why weren't we
For what?
told?
Why when y'all called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're the victim of a crime of your property being thrown away and destroyed, why didn't he call us?
Because I don't do that.
Okay.
They just her. She ain't bar. How you gonna bar me for some lie stay here?
Okay.
See, her name ain't no name. Her name ain't no name. Y'all ain't finna check me, bro.
Okay.
Man, nah, cause y'all, I feel like y'all on some bullshit.
Oh, we're not.
Y'all already talking about that ain't enough clothes.
There's not.
Come on, man. I ain't got shit. I ain't gonna touch you, bro.
Oh, that door is not attached.
Her name, she need to go there. That's what her name is.
Okay, so if you live here, why does your address on your license come back to Nellie B Avenue?
Because I've been had license. Been had license since I was like 18.
Okay, and I'm clear that it says that.
Why they took my license for? When I was in prison. For nothing. Somebody ain't show the court. Come on, bro.
So,
I'm in prison.
So, just for information,
They been doing bullshit to me, bro.
This doesn't prove that you live
How
here.
it don't, bro? It shows you my address right
It shows
there.
that you're using
That's
this
my
address.
address. No, it shows you my address. That's my address.
But you have no
I
physical.
get mail here.
Okay, so that doesn't matter.
I'm not stupid.
That
It don't matter.
doesn't determine residency.
I understand what you're saying.
You can get mail at 240
I
North Avenue.
understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
it's the same thing for her as well.
Well, she's got enough stuff here to
That don't
make it look like she
mean
lives here.
That don't mean nothing. That's my stuff. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I can't get that because of her. I be trying to go to jobs and everything. She won't help.
Now, just from personal experience, again, dealing, with inmates as an officer, as a former officer, this is what they tend to do. They think they know the law more than you. They will basically argue you down, and basically the officer is being very professional, especially compared to all of what we've witnessed going on in these days. And he's basically telling them, hey, man, you don't live here. You don't, the little bit of clothes you have, the little bit of items you have, you don't live here. And basically, the 32-year-old mama's boy, he's willing to argue with the officers and tell them what his rights are. That he still is obligated to stay there. Even though he has nothing solid to really show that he's a resident there. Now, he has some type of piece of paper basically stating that he lived there. And that was not enough to solidify him living there. So, the fact that he's been in prison and he kept saying that, my ID, since I got in prison, my ID, and bringing up all kinds of stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with the situation. It's that prison mindset of, I am going to have my way by any means necessary. If I got to manipulate, if I got to twist the narrative, if I got to lie, it's just straight deflecting, it's straight manipulation. He's basically trying to apply feelings over facts because he feels he lives there, has a right to stay there, or he feels that's his place of residence, he should be able to reside there. So again, the officers are having a hard time, even though they're being professional and explaining to him the fact of seeing how he treats the officers. Could you imagine if the officers didn't come? A lot of black women have created their sons to be monsters, terrorists. I have a family member who recently just went through something very, very severe that could have took her life. Her son beat her almost to death, but I'll save that for another time. But this is what tends to happen when you just know you absolutely have no control. When your son has no respect for you, you have to get other individuals, meaning the law, to come in and handle the situation because he's out of control. He's aggressive. He has the tantrums of a 2-year-old to be 32 years old, and he's a lot. Just seeing the way he handles these officers, I don't blame the mother. There was no way she could have took matters into her own hands because this guy was not going to leave but proceed.
But she didn't have to
get
help.
barred from busting for nothing.
Okay. Is she in the back bedroom?
I ain't going nowhere with the
I'm gonna go. Can I speak to her?
She's in the shower right now.
Oh, okay.
She wants some. Why you think she in the shower? Shit. Oh, man.
I don't know.
She came in.
I'm just telling you what I observed because
It don't matter, bro. That's my shit.
It does because
That's my shit.
if somebody it doesn't.
My room right there.
That's not your room.
That is my room. How you gonna tell me where I sleep at?
Because
It don't matter. That's where I sleep at. Cause when the other sister said, "What do you do, Harmony? You go in there right side, you sleep in the bed." Yes, she do. She going up for some reason. I don't know why she kicking on the floor for.
Now they're in the kids' room, and basically he's trying to get the child to lie for him and say, Harmony, do not come and stay here. And the child, like any other child, they're gonna be direct. No. So again, it's a manipulative tactic to try to get other people to co-sign, to defend him, defend his lies, assist him in his manipulation, and it's not working.
I understand
So
why she's doing this. So this is the kickback.
Mr. Sims, this is very simple. So, Mr. Sims, this is very simple, man. We're just here for a barn.
I ain't finna keep barn.
So,
wait, safe for me.
So that doesn't. So you not believing that you live here?
Now how the fuck I don't believe I live here, man? You pissing me off, bro.
And that's fine.
Nah, get the fuck out.
No.
Get out.
I was called here for a legal purpose. I'm here doing a legal duty.
So I'm getting hit on.
What?
I'm getting hit on.
What does that mean?
I'm getting hit.
What does that mean?
Like I just said, you don't understand. She hitting on me.
Why is she? How is she? What does that mean to you?
Pushing and hitting on me.
When?
And hit me with weapons.
When?
Okay, another manipulative tactic of the male incel. Now he's accusing his mother of abusing him. Again, anything to prevent having to move out, having to get out of this woman's house, and even had the audacity to tell the officers that he needed to get out when he was called there to do a job. This is going to continue to get interesting. Y'all already know what's going to end up happening on this.
Bulldozed me in the bathroom. I moved out the way and she fell in the tub.
So why is it? Officers been here at least 30 minutes.
Y'all move out the way. You should have hurt you.
So why is it? Officers been here about 30 minutes. This is the first time anybody said it.
30 minutes. Boy, cool.
So you might have talked to him.
Oh, yes, sir.
Come on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get bored from you.
So who is he to you?
Dante is my old
I'm right here.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I get it. It's high emotion, high everything.
Mama, he didn't call you. What too, bro?
Hey, look.
I want to hear too.
Okay, well,
I don't trust him.
that's fine. But
What do you want?
See, this is how I'm
so who's he to you?
Dante, my son.
Yes, your son. How long has he ever lived here before?
Dante, years ago. He's been in my family. He can't live nowhere.
So when was the last time he lived here?
Years ago.
Does he have any stuff here?
Now, I ain't gonna lie, I keep it closed. He ain't got nowhere for his clothes.
You talking about the trash bag and clothes?
Yes, now I ain't gonna lie, these clothes in here, because he don't got nowhere to put his clothes.
Okay.
So I keep it closed. The only way he got in the gate today, because he called me. He said, can you let me in? I'm going in and out. Coming to change my clothes. I'm coming in to get my clothes changed. And we go out.
I'm talking to her. I'm not talking to you. Hey, look,
See, Mom, that's where you already failed at. By you allowing him to keep his clothes there, even though you thought that would reduce problems, being that he didn't have no solid proof of living there. The problem is you have made your house a place of convenience. So therefore, he's leaving those clothes over there for a reason. That way he can always have access to your household. This is the mindset of the male incel. He's always looking for ways to capitalize off of women, whether his baby mamas, his mother, women that will enable him, women that will allow him to basically use and take advantage of them. Now, she stated his name is Dante. He's her oldest son. So by him being the oldest, pretty much she probably allowed him to get away with a whole lot, apparently. And this is why this man feels entitled to talking to her and handling her all kind of way.
So this is exactly okay. So I'm talking to her. I'm not talking to you.
And I tell my story.
So
he called me at 7:50 something. I can't remember. It was 7. I said I'm not getting up to 8:15.
Yeah.
And I said I'll let you in. Like I said, I stayed up to almost me and her to like 4 o'clock cleaning that room up in there this morning because we got in from church. And I picked her up. She got here about 2 something. My mama brought her. No, actually stayed up to 4 because mom got here 2 something. So and he couldn't keep him. Stole him my stuff. And we just cleaned it. They don't look like they don't clean it.
These officers tell me you wanted him barred from the property.
Yeah, get him out.
Okay, so
I'm tired
question.
trying to help him.
Just out of curiosity, if you want to bar, if he refuses to leave, do you want to pursue criminal charges?
Get him out of here.
No. So
I can't do it no more.
So I gotta hear yes or no.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. Meaning you've done it so much, He has worn you out. He has pretty much drained you. And is not only has he drained you, he is verbally and emotionally abusive towards you. So you now, 32 years later, have drawn the conclusion that there's no saving him at this point. Why did it take 32 years? There's no way that this man just started behaving like this. He had to have been showing this pattern of being a male incel, a low value male. He's been displaying it. You kept enabling him, and I won't be surprised if she was one of those mothers that if anybody tried to tell her about her son, she would shut you down. That's my baby, that's my son. I'ma take care of him. I'ma look out for him. I won't be surprised. That's the vibe I'm getting, because I've seen this too often. I've seen mothers who have created male incels defended the fuckboy shenanigans, got mad anytime a sister would say something, her friends would say something, her neighbor would say something. I know black women who have created male incels and have had to put their own foot in their mouth every single time. These are the women that are quick to say, my son wouldn't do that. My son is not like that. My son is a good black man. She's going to cape for him. The fact that she kept saying everything she's done for him, that lets me know, Mom, you've been caping for this male incel that you created. This is the thing. A lot of black women, older black women, in a sense, they create these monsters. And what tends to happen is the monster becomes so big that they can't even tame it anymore. And it starts off small. It starts off by babying up these grown men, not allowing other men to step in and correct them, not allowing their fathers to be there, which is a big issue with a lot of the black women in the black community. They're so busy being bitter and hostile towards the father of their children that they would rather their child become a male incel than to allow him to have a strong black male figure in his life that can teach him how to be a productive citizen, not to become another burden to society, not to become another menace to society. No, the mother wants to keep, letting their sons suck off the nipple. And now that he sucked on your nipple so long, it's become painful. Now you want him off your nipple. And that's what's going on. And he's not even man enough to respect that his mother does not want him there. He will not leave gracefully. And she knows that if she were to take matters in her hands and try to force him to leave, this guy gives me I will hit my mama vibes. By the way, anything I say in this video is alleged and based off of my own opinion. This is my disclaimer. I'm giving my own insight on this content based off of my own educational knowledge and for entertainment purposes only. Had to put my disclaimer out there. So basically she created the male incel. The monster done got too big for her to control. She wants him gone. She's tired of probably spending her SSI check on his Jordans. She's tired of him coming in there eating up all the cereal, making 20 sandwiches a day. What he's been doing, but I think y'all, he's been using the house as a 7-Eleven. He comes there, as a pilot truck stop, okay? Only difference is people actually pay for things when they go to the pilot truck stop. This dude wasn't paying for nothing, okay? Going in the house, making sandwiches, making grilled cheese sandwiches, washing his funky unemployed behind, taking a quick shower, throwing on some clothes and leaving. And leaving his clothes there probably for his mama to wash them. I won't be surprised if she was doing his laundry as well. That's what's been going on. He's been using his mom's place as a place of convenience, and she is over it. She's tired of him. She's sick of him.
I'm tired. Hi, sir. Why I can't get high?
So if you want to,
I pay bills. Okay, her name ain't on nothing. No, her name is on no bill though. It's me and my sister.
is any of that true?
I'm just saying though, it's not. It's a crime.
And this is your room, right? All your stuff. Okay. Just make sure.
My
He's
mom
claiming
died
that.
2017. And it's four of us.
Yeah, he's claiming that room with the kid stuff in it
No,
is his
it's
room.
Harmony and Massachusetts.
Yeah, and we already talked to him.
Pull to the side. And I'm being him. doing this.
They already get your information.
No, baby.
It's the same thing for her too.
No, I'm fine.
How long do you want to borrow him for? It's up to 2 years.
To 2 years later until he takes medical treatment. Whichever
What's your
comes
first
first.
name?
Diane, last name Allen.
What was that last name?
Allen. You want my ID?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's okay.
I done got somewhere to stay.
So how the barn process works is it's very simple. I know he's a little bit animated right now because obviously it's a kind of high intense situation, right? A lot of emotions when a police officer enters a home. So the way the barn process works is
Man, I ain't
basically
finna get on it. You're not finna text me, bro.
the
You
way
gotta slide on your shit, man.
the way the barn process
I ain't
works
finna get hard from my safety zone.
is you tell them, hey, you're barred from
So
this location for
the
2
officer,
years, can't return,
Ugh.
and that's it.
my bad. So the officer is trying to explain to the mother how the process in getting him barred from there indefinitely, so she doesn't have to keep calling the police to remove him from there. You can tell that's really infuriating him. That's upsetting him at this point because he just said, "You trying to bar me from my safety zone." In other words, you're trying to bar me from a place of safe haven in which I can pretty much come and go as I want, not have to be responsible, not have to respect the boundaries of others. You taking me away from my safety net. Basically, this is where I become complacent. This is where I've been able to do what I want to do. So as you can tell, as this is continuing to go on, this is not going to end too well. This is not going to end on a nice note. Put it that way. I don't want to embellish, but it's not going to end on a nice note, right? Because he's being taken away from a place in which he's been able to get away with doing what he wants to do for so long. I mean, you can't enable somebody with a lifestyle and think that now that you're tired, you're ready to shut down the operation, they're going to willingly comply and just make it easy for you. This man knows him being barred, that means, he can no longer come there to shower up. He can no longer come there to run things and upset the whole household. He has no other places to go. So as y'all can see, it's building up to a place in which it's going to get ugly, because now he's witnessing these officers tell his mother, who has been enabling him all of these years, what she can do to bar him from never ever coming back to her household.
And
Okay.
if you refuse to leave after that, we'll take him into custody.
Put me in the street, huh?
I got 27 for you.
I'm tired. Then Holly, he gonna do something to my gate. He gonna do something to me.
I got a
my
27
house, my cars.
I'ma do something. I ain't say downtown. Do something.
What my phone?
054730543 for the complainant, Diane Allen.
You got my
Now, what if I
phone?
would've hit him? No, he ain't hurt me.
Okay.
What if I would've hit him for walking?
Alright, so do you want to go ahead and tell him?
Oh, no. Okay.
So you're barred for 2 years, can't return.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes. You go off for 2 years until you get mad. Listen so you can help.
Walking up on me.
Pay attention. Now, he ain't finna take me and I ain't leaving. Listen so you can pay attention. You are barred for 2 years until you get help.
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah.
Put me in the street.
Well, you put yourself, because you look at the damage. See?
Hey.
My stuff, see? It's the problem. He getting raises like this. What, damage my stuff?
See, police? Not going to on it.
Not now.
So your options are, Mr. Sims, are either A, you can leave and not get any criminal charges pressed against you, or you refuse to leave since you've been already...
You wanna lock me up anyway, because y'all know how I am.
But you can leave right now and not get locked up.
That's what you trying to do,
You
huh?
can leave so you don't get locked up.
Pussy, man.
Oh, look, man, that's fine.
White boy.
That's fine.
You ain't no dirty white boy.
That's fine.
You a white boy.
Okay.
Pussy white
So
boy.
look, I'm just giving you your options, man.
Pussy white boy.
You-
So we're seeing all the little boy come out. This is what happens when you create male incels. They don't know how to man up through anything. They don't even know how to deal with other grown men. I've seen male incels not only disrespect women, but they also disrespect other men. They also disrespect authority. And as a man, it doesn't make you less than a man if you are respecting authority, conducting yourself as a man. You should be able to have a grown man conversation and articulate yourself in a manner in which you can have a civilized conversation. This dude is like a ratchet black baby mama, okay? He is a drama king, all right? The officers, unless y'all see something different, I don't hear them coming at him crazy. I don't hear the officers disrespecting. If y'all disagree, let me know. If y'all feel the officers are provoking him or saying anything to him, because y'all know how we get. We have this stigma when it comes to law enforcement. So, do y'all think law enforcement is wrong in any shape or form? Press 1 if you feel they are handling this professionally, or press 2 if you feel that they are handling this unprofessionally. By the way, also hit that like button. Again, this man is a hot mess. He's a lot. His mama can't do nothing with him. So, nobody in the family can do nothing with him. The law can't even do nothing with him. So the only thing at this point they have left to do is they're going to have to arrest this man. Bottom line, as y'all can hear, the officer is giving him the benefit of a doubt to leave. Let's see if he decides to finally humble himself and listen and take that direction and gracefully leave. Let's see if he's going to be man enough to do that.
You can leave. So look, you can leave and not get any charges, not go to jail. If you refuse to leave, you've already been. She lives here.
I do too.
So you've already been formally notified that you've been barred. If you refuse to leave, you will go to jail for criminal trespass. So look,
You can take me and call my granddad.
the
one who owns the property.
So.
You know I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm finna go, girl. I'm finna go. Man, I'm leaving. See, mama, see what I'm talking about, mom? I'm leaving, bruh.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm leaving, bruh.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm leaving, though. I gotta get my shit. Come on, he breaking my arm, ma.
You just gotta bend your arm.
Hold on, get my phone, mama. I'm getting hold my phone.
Come on, sit.
Man, why y'all locking me up, though, bruh?
Put your hands
I'm
behind your back.
leaving, though, bruh.
You are. Put your hands behind your back.
Hold on, let me get her my phone.
No. Nope. Double cuff.
See, that was y'all trying to do. Get my shit. Man, mama, you lame.
Here, right here. Right here.
Relax. Just let him cuff you.
Come on.
You know, why y'all ain't doing that about that?
Because you
Why
didn't
y'all
call
ain't
us.
press charges about that?
Because you didn't call us.
She called. I want to press charges about that. Why that ain't happening?
Come.
Put your hands behind your back. We can talk about it.
Why you locking me up here when I said I'm
Put your
leaving?
hands behind your back.
Come on, man.
1095. I've been ready.
Get the help. Get the help, man. Now, get her my phone.
I got it.
Get it to her. Get it to her. Get her my phone.
No.
I want man. Man, no. Man, get my stuff. They just want to control it. Stop.
So basically, I can go ahead and shut the audio down from there. He pretty much did exactly what we knew he was going to do. He bucked. They gave him an ample amount of time, and unfortunately, when you're in situations like this, you cannot stall. You cannot play with these dudes. All this, I'ma leave, but at the same time, you saying you gonna leave, but you dragging your foot and you're being aggressive. They did not have time to keep giving him more time. Okay, just in case y'all felt like they didn't give him enough time to leave. Based off of the video that I can see from my end, the footage, he was dragging his foot, you know what I mean, taking his time leaving, right? So incidents like this, you don't wait for things. When you're dealing with an individual like this, you don't wait for things to escalate. You have to tackle him down, get him up out of there swiftly and as effectively as possible without causing any injuries, without causing any more havoc. Because it was getting ready to be a shitstorm. You know what I'm saying? So the officers, in my opinion, they handled this very well. There was children there, unfortunately, who had to witness their uncle, their brother, get arrested, and he brought all this upon himself. But getting back to the point at hand is that you have a lot of grown women out here in their 50s, 60s, 70s, some in their 40s, depending on how early you became a parent, who have overgrown sons that they have made their husbands, hubsons, doing everything for them, catering for them, not raising these men, these little boys, to be a help to them. If anything, they're not raising their sons to be a blessing. They're raising their sons to be a burden. These are the same type of women that come out. These are the same type of dudes, these male incels. They come out in society, right? And these are the ones who have the sense of entitlement. Why? Because their mothers have programmed with that. And it's a lot of red pill brothers and stuff. They don't speak on stuff like this. They don't talk about black men who struggle to get their ish together. Maybe some do, maybe some don't. They're always going in on what black women need to do to get themselves together. And I get it, because I'm always going in hard on Sisters Hill. But we need to also address these brothers that don't mind being a burden on their moms. We need more red pill podcast men to address men who still have this man-child perception in life. But where I have the issue the most is the black women who enable these male incels. Mom, you created this. Like I said, this man didn't just do this overnight. And the other part about it is, I won't be surprised if she does not feel guilty later on down the line, and for whatever reason she chooses to break the court order, if she even follows through and gets it, and allows him to come back. These type of male incels, they know how to tug at their mother's heartstrings. Mama, I got nowhere to go. Mama, nobody else gonna be there for me. Mama, I got a criminal record. The white man is always on my back. They not gonna give me a job. They not gonna let me make no money the honest way. You gonna put me out here in these streets knowing I ain't got nowhere to go, knowing I ain't got nowhere to wash my ass, knowing I ain't got nowhere to get something to eat. He's gonna put on that Pookie charm. And she's telling the cops that she's tired, but I won't be surprised if this man ain't already, because this was the January of last year or whatever. I won't be surprised if he done already moved back in. I've seen women like this who cry wolf. They get the law involved, they get the judges, they get the courts involved, only to waste their money, only to waste the court's time to let these men come right back and finish off making them lives miserable. I actually have a family member in that exact situation. She always enabled him, even when he was 5-6 years old. That's why I said this lady did not just start creating her 32-year-old male incel son to be a burden. It starts young. I saw my cousin at the age of 5-6 years old. He always had tantrums. He always had anger issues. And you know what his mother would do? Instead of her getting him counseling or some type of spiritual advisement or anything like that, she kept cuddling him. Oh, nothing's wrong with Junior. Junior's fine. Junior's just a little upset. Now, keep in mind, Junior didn't have a father figure. His father wasn't really in his life. And, my aunt never really allowed him to get disciplined by other men. Keep in mind, their side of the family is pretty small. It's not a big family. So it wasn't much male figures, except for the grandfather. But, as these men start aging, they don't have the same strength to buckle down and, and go toe-to-toe with these young men, right? Righteously so. That little... The things that he was doing as a little boy that she never checked him on, or he never got corrected for, it only manifested his fuckboy ways. It just enhanced it and made it worse as he got older. He then became a father. The woman who he had a child from, she even came to realization that, you know what, I had a child from a fuckboy, a male incel. He was very dominant, very controlling, but did not want to provide, did not want to step up and be a man, because he was in and out of jail and still living with his mother, and his mother to this day, you know, still kept enabling him. So even the baby mama had enough sense to realize, I cannot change him. Even giving him a child has not changed him from being a fuckboy. So she left. Ever since then, he continued to spiral out of control, been in and out of prison, got a heavy drug habit. It's just been one bad issue after another. And no matter what, no matter how many times we kept telling my aunt, you know, stop enabling him. You know, one of these days he's going to give you more than what you can bargain for. We preached this over and over and over. And no matter what, she kept making excuses for him, kept defending him, kept covering him, and would get mad at anybody who had anything to say about him. Long story short, and this is a real story, this is nothing I'm making up to make my content sound more interesting. I got a call from my dad when I was January, February, where she was in the hospital. He had gotten so angry, I don't know if he was on some type of substance. He basically hit my aunt in the back of her head with a chair, and she could have lost her life. And it's by the grace of God, because she had a lot of severe bleeding, nothing internally. She could have lost her life. And it was at that point when the police came, after all bloodbath was, you know, all over the place, she then made the decision to say, y'all got to get him. It's too much. He got to go. And this is what I'm saying. It should never get to the point to where you finally reach that place where you realize it's too much. He got to go. When you start seeing red flags from the beginning, you see him as a young boy. He's punching a wall. He's throwing tantrums. He's very aggressive. If he's doing that at the age of 4 and 5 years old, and you want to keeping your titty in his mouth, what you think he's going to do when he's 12, when he's 15, when he's 23? Now he's 30 something. It's just going to continue to manifest and get worse. And unfortunately, we know to this day, even though he's in jail right now, his trial has not come up. She's already still defending him. She's saying it's the drugs that caused him to snap on her the way he did. Not only that, he's calling from the jail, and we keep telling her, if you keep talking to him and responding to his calls, it's going to hurt your case, because, you know, you're supposed to be staying away from the guy who attacked you, you know. But she done made him her husband. That's her son and her husband. She never had was able to get a man in her life because of always enabling her son, and her son was never going to let her have a man of her own. And you got a lot of these sisters that do that. They just think all they need is God and their son. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I love the Lord and everything, but at the same time, I'd rather have my own male companion other than my son. My son would not be able to give me all of everything that I need as a woman, but you have some women that are like that. They become so bitter and out of guilt because the father of their son failed their son. They would rather stand by their son and just surround their life and make their life about their son versus having a life of their own. So this is one of those things that has unfortunately costed a lot of women, because they can't sleep in their own house because their overgrown son is fighting them, putting their hands on them, cursing them out, disrespecting them. You have a lot of older women that should be enjoying their golden years, should be enjoying being a senior citizen, and they can't because they are afraid of their own son. You got sons stealing out their pocketbooks because he got a fix. He got to have a drink. And she thinks just going to the church and praising the Lord is enough to band-aid and medicate what she's going through with her son, thinking one day the Lord will change him. And I don't put nothing past the Lord. There's no limit on what God can do. But the actuality of it, though, is the word also says don't be a fool. And you have to use spiritual discernment. You have to know when to take the titty out your son's mouth so he cannot be a burden on you and not become a burden to himself or others. So anyway, leave y'all opinion below. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Appreciate y'all being so patient as I was interjecting and cutting in a lot. You know, sometimes people just want to hear the video straight through, but I couldn't do that. All right. So anyway, y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good one. Hit that like button before you leave. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. Ladies, I got my Mocha's Ladies Lounge channel. If you want a space where only the women congregate, you can subscribe to Mocha's Ladies Lounge. Anybody who's interested in my cable, how much are you paying for cable? You can leave it in a comment. Let me know what is your current cable bill. If you're paying over $100 for cable, I advise you need to inbox me and get live streaming quality cable for only $30 a month. Over 9,000 channels. Plus you get all free pay-per-view events. Guys, that means you don't have to pay for sports. I got all the sports packages. I have all the Red Zone. I have ESPN. I have everything. Stop paying over $100 for cable. You need to save some money. Stop letting these cable providers rip you off and take advantage of you. However, you need a Fire Stick. If you don't have a Fire Stick, no worries. I have a Fire Stick that you can purchase from me. For those of you who are not tech savvy and you're not good at installing apps on the Fire Stick, I advise you to just buy a Fire Stick from me. That way you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to program it. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to do nothing. All you got to do is wait for me to mail it to you and you just plug it in. And it's as simple as that. So if you're interested, purchase some cable today. Until then, y'all be blessed. Take care.